In this video, I'm going to show you how to add a page and edit menus. The reason I'm showing you two steps in one video is because these two steps are very much interlinked. When you create a page, you need to add it to a menu so that it creates a button for people to be able to click on and access that page. So there are two menu areas in Come On Shopping. The first is the header area, which will create buttons above your site blurb here. And they'll come up as buttons here, so for each page it'll list a new button to the right and to the right. And then there's also the footer area, which is right down at the bottom of your site, and it will have administration here, and you'll have a link to Come On Shopping terms and conditions, which we're putting on every site as a base standard, and that just links to terms and conditions that covers everybody, store holders, us at Come On Shopping, as well as the customers. And you'll be able to click on that. You can also add links to this and they'll appear as dot points here, and you can change the order and that kind of thing. So let's get to the page building. I'll just show you, I'll be working in Tiff's Gifts. This is the new site I've been building for training videos. So you'll see here, I don't have a page, I don't have a menu, but I do have my menu at the bottom here, Come On Shopping terms and conditions, which is much like what you'll see it. You'll also have a link over here, an image, which will link to your council at least and any chambers of commerce you might be a member of. And likewise, you'll be listed on their group sites. Let's get into the console area. And if you don't know how to access the console, have a look for the video on how to access the console. Should be at the very beginning of how to start building your site. And follow the directions there and then come back to here. The two areas we'll be needing are here, pages and menus. So first we'll go into pages, and then we'll click add to add a page, and then we need to think of a title for the page. Because I'm really creative, I'm going to type in history of gift giving. It could be anything you like. Obviously you'll have some pages of information that you'll want to create. And then this is the URL, so this is what will come up in the address bar of your website. The title is what will come up on your button that you're creating. Just to remind you, that's this button here. So consider that when you're thinking of capitalizing, etc. Your URL, I'll type in, and you'll see in the URL I don't put any spaces. It's not a big deal if you do add spaces, but I don't because it helps a bit more with search engines. But it's not the biggest of deals if you do happen to accidentally add in a space, and you can come back and alter this URL. So it's not a problem, this website address. And then something really important is this active box. Anytime you see active around the site means whether or not something will be visible to the outside world or not. I want this to be visible, so I'll tick the checkbox. I know that I haven't built it yet, but I do know that nobody's going to come to it because I haven't put it in a menu yet, so it's okay for me to make it active. Hidden is very much the same thing as to whether or not you want to hide it or not. It's very similar to being active, and it's sort of more of a thing in our back-end database as to the difference, but effectively it does the same thing as being active. And then you have start and end dates, so if you only want a page to appear between certain dates, say you're running a sale and there's information about a sale and it's only going to go for 2 weeks, you could put that in here. So you could go, let's see, today is the 29th of October 2015, and I'm going to finish my sale on the 7th of November. And so this would be some special information about that, perhaps. Maybe running a competition or something with dates. But you can leave it blank, and that will just mean that it will put it up there forever, which is what I want because the history of gift giving never gets old. Let's click update when you're done. And then it says here, page version was successfully created. Click here to edit it. It takes you back to this page, and then you can click Edit Page Content up the top, and then the next page will load. I'm not sure why, but at the moment it's taking a little while to load. But once you see this information here, you'll know it's loaded. And then you just left click here, and then this is where you write in some information. So thanks to the magic of video making, I have just quickly dropped in some lorem ipsum text so you can see what it looks like. In terms of adding videos and links to other pages and things like that, I will cover that in another video because otherwise this will just get too long. But this is the general idea. You enter in some stuff here. There's some buttons up here that can help you adding a link, adding a picture, that kind of stuff. And then click Save Page when you're done. And then you'll need to come out and click on Menus, and to add it to our header, so that's the area above the website. So I'll just show you quickly. In Tiff's Gifts, I've added that page, but I haven't added it to a menu, so it's not appearing at the top here. Okay, so adding it to a menu. So Menus, so we click on this blue pencil for header, and then we have this interface here. This is a way to search your pages when you've got lots of them. For the moment I only have one. What I need to do is I have to have history of gift giving. I get the arrow. Looks like I can change the title there, but the arrow, and then I left click and drag. So hold the left mouse button. And drag over to here. When you see this boxed area come up, then I just leave it there, and it will, when it comes in like this, you know you've added it, and then you click Save Menu. If I had more pages over here, I could drag them across. If I don't want to create, if I don't have a new page, but I want to link to another site, so for example, maybe you have a supplier that you want to link to, you could click Add New Item, and then you just type the name of it here. So I'll just type in our jewellery supplier, which I'd probably put the real name there, but since I'm making things up for the purposes of demonstration, this is why I'm writing our jewellery supplier. And then you would find a link in here somewhere. So on Google, jewellery, and I'm not advertising anything here, I'm just using this for demonstration purposes. So I hit Control-C to copy, Control-V to paste, and that puts that link there, and then I click Save Menu, and it comes up here. So to see how that's changed our site, we just come to Tiff's Gifts and hit refresh. And now we have two pages up here in a menu. So we have history of gift giving. So if I click on that, then I have all of my information here. And then if I click our jewellery supplier, then we have this here. And just hit return. If I click up here, then that's clicking on the logo is like coming to the home page, and so then we're back here to where our product is, and we have links on the left here. To add something to your footer menu, go back to Menus and then click on Footer, and then again, if you wanted to, you could drag history of gift giving across here, and that you could do that as an indent, so it would come up underneath the Come On Shopping terms and conditions if you've got sub-menu items in the footer. And then let's see how that changes things. And so you've got this menu item and then you have a sub-menu item here, the indent, with your dot points. Also, you can change the order of menu items just by hovering over here on the left. When you get these, what is that cursor? Okay, it's a cross with 4 arrow ends. That means you can move the item. To move that out so that it's not a sub item, and then you can change the order just by left clicking and dragging, and you can do that in the header as well. So, and come in and do it at any time and then click save menu. Whoops, not on that page, on this page. If we hit refresh, you'll see that they're now in order and they're not a sub item of each other. That's how to add pages and edit menu items. If you have any questions about any of this, make sure you contact me on 6771 0705 or tiffanyg@comeonshopping.com.au via email. That's the basics on adding a page and editing your menus in Come On Shopping.